According to Jeff Schultz, the Atlanta Falcons have a desire to trade potential future Hall of Fame wide receiver Julio Jones before the start of the 2021 season. Atlanta has only about $600,000 in cap space and needs to find $7 million in order to sign their rookie class. Schultz lists a few teams that could possibly be on the market for Jones, including the Baltimore Ravens, San Francisco 49ers, New England Patriots, Indianapolis Colts, and Los Angeles Chargers. He also noted that the Tennessee Titans might show interest, although their cap situation makes it a little harder for them to enter the race. Since entering the NFL as the number 6 overall pick in the 2011 draft, Jones has become one of the top wideouts in the game. 10 seasons in, the 32-year-old has earned 7 trips to the Pro Bowl and 2 first-team All-Pro nods. He was also named to the Pro Football Hall of Fame's All-Decade team for the 2010s. Injuries have impacted Jones throughout his career, although regardless, he's remained productive. In 135 career games, Jones has racked up 848 receptions, 12,896 yards, and 60 touchdowns. Although he missed 7 games last season, he still finished with 51 receptions, 771 yards, and 3 touchdowns. If you were to take these numbers and extrapolate them for a full season, this would be the equivalent of 90 catches for 1,370 yards and 5 touchdowns. A number of teams could become contenders if they were to add Jones' skill set to their roster. Jacob Kamenker of Sporting News discusses Devin White's eye-popping 40-yard dash time in a race versus Mecole Hardman, Henry Ruggs, and Justin Jefferson. The Twitter beef finally came to a conclusion when all 4 raced on air on the Bleacher Report app Thursday afternoon. Although Hardman won the race with a 4.22 speed, Kamenker calls White the most impressive. White ran a 4.37 time despite weighing 237 pounds. Just for context, Hardman weighs 178 pounds, Ruggs weighs 188 pounds, and Jefferson, who didn't beat White's time, tips the scales at 202 pounds. Kamenker discusses White's size and speed, stating that few NFL players would be able to match his raw athleticism. News4Jax's reporter Scott Johnson has the first glimpse of Tim Tebow rocking the 85 jersey at noon today. Tebow hasn't played football in 9 years and is looking to make the Jacksonville Jaguars roster for this upcoming season. According to Joseph Zucker of Bleacher Report, the Buffalo Bills have hired Sophia, Lewin, and Andrea Gosper to full-time positions on their support staff. Lewin has been brought aboard as an offensive assistant, while Gosper will work as a player personnel coordinator. In addition to their arrivals, Michelle Geter and Niki Donoff joins as interns. According to TMZ Sports, Dallas Cowboys star running back Ezekiel Elliott's dogs had escaped from his house and had attacked his neighbors. Police say Elliott was issued 3 citations, 1 for each dog, and added that 2 people were bitten and were treated at a local hospital. The police say they've launched a full investigation of the incident, and charges could be coming depending on what they find. Unfortunately for Elliott, this is not the first time that one of his dogs have attacked someone. If you remember, back in March 2020, one of his pool cleaners claimed that one of Zeke's dogs bit her arm and dragged her before 2 more bulldogs that began to attack her legs. The running back's pool cleaner is currently suing him for the alleged incident. Fox News reports that an anonymous NFL executive stated Green Bay shot itself in the foot handling Rodgers and his contract. The Packers chose not to convert a $6.8 million roster bonus into a signing bonus earlier this offseason. This leaves the NFL MVP without guaranteed money through the remainder of his contract, which runs through 2023. This indicates that Green Bay can cut him at any time if they feel like Jordan Love is ready to take over. NFL.com reports that Julian Edelman indicates he will not be joining Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My knees are breaking down. I'm not going to sit here. You know, I got everything I wanted, Edelman explained. I got 3 rings, played in Magical Dynasty, with an unbelievable franchise coach, best quarterback of all time. Like, yo, I'm not a greedy guy. I played to win, I played to compete, I don't need anything else to prove. I'm good with what I did, I left it all out on the field. If this is the end for Edelman, he finished with 620 receptions, 6,822 receiving yards, and 36 touchdowns in 11 seasons. Oh, and don't forget, in his time in New England, he also added 3 Super Bowls to his legacy. ESPN insider and co-host of the ESPN fantasy show, Field Yates, reports that Penei Sewell agrees to his 4-year, $24.1 million contract. This contract is fully guaranteed and includes a $14.88 million sign-in bonus. Just like every first-round contract, this contract comes with a 5th-year option that the team can decide whether they want to decline or pick up at the end of the 3rd season. The number 7 overall pick is slated to start at right tackle for the Lions and bolster the strength of the offensive line. While the Green Bay Packers are already dealing with the trade rumors of Aaron Rodgers, Matt Johnson of Sportsnaut states that a former NFL agent suggests Davante Adams' trade is also possible in 2022. Last season, Adams led the NFL in receiving touchdowns with 18 and yards per game with 98.1, despite missing nearly 3 games due to a hamstring strain. If Adams forces his way out of Green Bay in 2022, what would be the scariest team to see Adams line up in? Let us know in the comments below what team you'd like to see Adams end up on. Trevor Lawrence was not the sole leader on the Jacksonville Jaguars draft board. Eric Edholm of Yahoo Sports reports that the Jaguars forgot to blur out their draft board, showing a wide receiver had the same grade as Trevor Lawrence. Whenever getting sneak footage to any sort of behind-the-scenes video of an NFL draft room, you'll always notice that the prospects' grades are always blurred out. The team produced a series called The Hunt in order to give the Jacksonville Jaguars fans a peek behind the curtain of how they put their class together. In the video, only a few draft grades can be seen, but Alabama wide receiver Jalen Waddle, who was the 6th overall pick, can be seen with an 8.0 grade, the same as Lawrence. Although with Urban Meyer in Jacksonville, it seems the team is up to their same old tricks. CBS reports Trevor Lawrence sent the Jaguars to voicemail 3 times before they picked him in the 2021 NFL Draft. For NFL fans who get annoyed with teams who don't make their draft pick early on, especially the number 1 overall pick, it turns out the NFL requires teams to wait 7 minutes before they can make their selection. In a video released by the Jacksonville Jaguars, it turns out that Trevor Lawrence was never informed, and he sat there waiting anxiously on draft day. After the time was up, the Jaguars started calling Lawrence's phone, only to be sent to voicemail 3 different times. Finally, Lawrence picked up after he was called directly by head coach Urban Meyer. Both parties were relieved to find out the Jacksonville Jaguars were indeed going to take Trevor Lawrence number 1 overall. And the rest is history. That's going to wrap it up for our NFL news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to TMM and click the bell to be notified whenever we post in the future. Stay tuned.